this is actually like my second or third time, it might even be more than that by this time, honestly, that I've tried to sit down and film this. And that's because I am a little nervous, un poquita nerviosa. It's because I've never really sat in front of a camera before, so we shall give this a spin, and so far I'm really liking it, but we'll see what the end product turns out like. If you guys don't know me, my name is Ariana Arce. I am a freshman student at, well actually, I am now a sophomore, a sophomore at Notre Dame, and today I am going to start my July spread for my bullet journal. And I a lot of times find that I have a lot of troubles picking out a theme for my months, and that is like a big deterrent, so I'm going to try something new. I am going to actually use a automated website that'll pick a color scheme for me. So we are going to try that. I'm actually screen recording on my laptop right now, and hopefully at some point you guys will be able to see side by side. So this is hopefully will be in video, it'll be side by side. Let's look up a color scheme generator. This way you guys can see my reaction in real time and I can be held accountable. And so, as you can see, I've already kind of looked around. The one I've liked so far is this Coolors. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but it was super effective. It like gives me the names of everything, and as it loads, you guys will see here in a second. Let's start the generator. It's loading, it's loading, it's loading, it's loading. Interesting. Okay, I think I can work with this. So we have like this pink lavender, Tufts blue, Isabelline, that's a new one for me, turquoise, and bowl. I don't know what bowl is. Let's actually, line with me. Let's look it up. What is bowl? B-O-L-E. Oh, trunk of a tree. Interesting. I can work with that. Well, I'm going to do some sketching and do some planning, and hopefully when you guys see me next, I will be actually doing stuff in my journal. Bye!
So to start out, I actually wanted to get all of my ideas out on paper and to see what my color scheme actually looked like and kind of play around with what materials I had that fell into the general scope of the colors that the color scheme generator had chosen for me. So you see I'm writing out the color names and the color code that the coolors.com gave me, and then eventually you'll see I drew out a bunch of circles with all of my colors, both from my Crayola Super Tips and my mild liners and the Inkjoy pens, as well as a few other random materials that I used. I actually found that this technique was super helpful in getting my ideas out on paper and being able to visualize what colors I had and coming up with an idea for schemes that you'll see in the next page. So after I had all of my materials picked out and my color scheme pretty much established, I started going to work and seeing how I could incorporate those colors into an actual scheme for my bullet journal. And as you'll see, I researched on Pinterest, I looked up on Google just like general color schemes for the colors that I had, and I came up with 3 main ideas that I really liked: wildflowers, a retro theme, and a popsicle theme. One thing that I really liked about this color scheme was that the colors that popped up were super bright, which allowed me to have a lot of liberty and a lot of fun with what I did for the month of July, which as a summer month I felt needed a little bit of character in the form of bright colors.
to 6 days later.
Hi, yes, hello, it is me again. As you can see by the previous clip, it has been quite a few days since I actually last filmed that intro. And I can explain, I was out of town for the weekend, and then yesterday it was just absolutely ugly outside. For lack of a better word, it was rainy and dark, and for all intents and purposes, just an ugly day. So here I am, back at it, after I proved myself to be indecisive yet again. I posted on my Instagram story pretty much this picture right here, some ideas after my original brainstorm. And I asked people who followed me which theme they like best. As you can see here, hopefully, I made a poll, and it turned out that wildflowers won. Can't really say I'm surprised. But yeah, it's time to actually get back to business, or as in Mulan, let's get down to business, because I'm slacking and procrastinating. That seems to be my brand. Anywho, catch you on the flip side. It's time to journal. I'm back. I actually forgot I wanted to say something because I thought it was really cool and I'm really proud of myself. And yeah, so I actually made this shirt over the weekend using a Cricut and some infusible ink and just like a blank tank top that I got from Target, and I'm so proud of it. And I just wanted to give myself a little pat on the back, round of applause, a shout out, and flex a little bit. So now it's time to journal.
So I start off all of my bullet journal spreads with the title page, which usually has the name of the month and sometimes a calendar. This time I just decided to go with the month name, which is July, and I took inspiration for this geometric design from a Pinterest post that I had pinned by a French creator named Lisley's World, and I thought it fit really well with the wildflower theme that was chosen by popular demand on my Instagram, and I was really happy with how it turned out. So for the flowers I'm drawing here on the bottom and the ones I will eventually draw on the top where the pencil sketch marks are, I actually took inspiration from real wildflowers. I wanted to stay true to my theme and actually put in some research because to me that's kind of an interesting part of journaling. And I took a lot of inspiration from heathers and hollyhocks and some anemones and even some lavenders, as you'll see throughout my journaling process. I incorporated them into almost every page, and I thought that it was a really fun process to both learn about the flowers and to just get better in my ability to sketch, as well as to understand what the flowers look like and what kind of body types and stem lengths were common so that I could create my own sketches as well. So as I was creating the title page, I was brainstorming what I wanted to do with the page to the left of it. And and I decided that I wanted to do a color palette page to showcase both my materials, the colors I used, and to write down the names of the colors that had been picked by the random color generator. I drew inspiration on this from the page that I did when I was doing my original journaling ideas, and I thought that it ended up turning out really, really cool. I ended up using some Crayola Super Tips, some mild liners, some of the Pentel Inkjoy pens, a regular ballpoint pen, a whiteout pen, and some of the Crayola signature brush pens with the bullet nib as well. After my title page, I always do my calendar spread, which I do over 2 full pages so that I actually have space to write down important events, birthdays, and once the school year comes, tests and homework assignments. Incorporating stickers into my bullet journal is something that I really have just recently started to do. I, on a whim, went to the dollar store and found these stickers, these 3D stained glass style stickers, and I think they really matched extremely well with what I was trying to do this month, so I went ahead and bought them, obviously. And you can see here, I don't like to waste any of the white space in the calendar, so if I have space, I do little doodles like you can see I did in the bottom right hand corner. And in this top corner, I actually like to put a quote for the month. So I did a quote on wildflowers. It says, "Like wildflowers, you must allow yourself to grow in all the places you never thought you would," which I thought was really inspiring. This next page is my Today Was Good page. I do this in lieu of a mood tracker because I personally don't like to see any day as being a bad day. I like to see the good in every single day. So if I did a mood tracker, it would just be me tracking all happy days essentially. So instead, I like to write down the good things that happen every single day so I can look back and remind myself why each day is a good day to be alive. So the final page of my monthly spread is my goals page. I do this instead of a habit tracker. I used to do a habit tracker, and for a while it worked really, really well for me, but it got to the point where I was being overly specific and I was too hard on myself, and I just felt really, really guilty when I wasn't able to get stuff done because of time constraints, because I have a very busy schedule. And so I decided to move more towards a goals page where I could set attainable goals for myself, as well as things that I could just work towards even if I didn't get it done in the month, just things to remind myself of what I want to achieve, both on a personal level, a creative level, and on a health-wise level. And that really works out much better for me than a habit tracker did when I was using them a year or so ago.
so welcome to the third outfit change of the video. That would be because I was doing some editing on my film and realized I didn't film an outro. I just wanted to take this time to say thank you guys so much for watching. It really does mean a lot to me. I've been toying with the idea of making a YouTube channel and actually posting stuff for a couple years now. I have actually a few videos that I made but did never have the confidence to post, and I just wanted to say thank you for taking time out of your day to watch what I've created. It really actually does mean a lot to me, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!